Before the world sees your wins, your soul has to feel your work. It's the reps nobody applauds that produce the wins that do, all through a shifting of your identity into a dominator. This is all done in the dark every single day. So let me be your guide as I welcome you to this episode of the Dark Work Daily.
Hey, welcome to Wednesday. You might be noticing an interesting theme this week, which is about the people in your life. Now this one today is about the family. Like, it's one thing to have friends, right? People in the world that are your friends that you've chosen to be in your life that you can choose, remove, or keep in place, and those things can adapt and adjust. But it's a whole different monster when it's your family. Now, I know that if you're listening to this, your aspiration is to create something beautiful for your life. And that beauty is going to come from doing something new, something that's never been seen by your family before, something that's never been experienced by your family before, something that's never been maybe even talked about by your family before. And by family, I mean immediate. It could be distant. It could be cousins. It could be mom, dad, who knows? But you're a person who's like me, which goes, I know that life is bigger and grander than what I'm living. I know because I see other people living this. I know I see other people experiencing this. And for me, I want to taste of that. I want to feel it. I want to touch. I want to have that be an experience of my life. But that's not the norm. In fact, for most people, the norm is to go, I'm going to get a safe job. It's going to give me good hours, a boss I like, all these boxes got to be ticked. But the problem is in order to do that, you have to give up on your dream. You have to actually help somebody else build theirs. And if for some people, it's fine. Just so we're clear, for some folks, that's a complete normalcy to go, I don't want to have anything for myself. I want to build a career around somebody else's dream. And that's beautiful. Honestly, it's how I have great team members that are part of my company. But I was built differently. I was built internally to go something like this. I have a goal, I have a dream. It is not the normal dream, not the normal goal. And I'm willing to take the risk, listen to that word, I'm willing to take the risk to build something. Not just financial risk, time risk, acceptance risk, embarrassment risk, failure risk. I'm willing to take that risk because it creates something new. Now, when you think about risk, what you could be risking is a lot. And most of the time, the people in your life, your family, they don't want you to do bad, to do poorly, to fail. So that they see that risk as a definitive stamp of disapproval. Maybe not disapproval, but a definitive stamp of failure. When they look at risk, they go, it's inevitable you're going to fail. They see that. Risk isn't just risk, it's a definitive loss. Whereas for me, I go, no, that's not what risk is. Risk is gambling. Right? Risk is saying I'm going to take a gamble, but when I gamble, I could lose, but I also could win. Now, you might, like in most gambling situations, have the table stacked against you. You might have all the things laid out to take you down, to do poorly. But that's every single day of life. Every single day there's something stacked against you. You have to overcome or climb past to get where you want to get later in life. So risk is not that. Risk is, in fact, if you pursue it properly, a gamble, but with a possibility for something that's far, far better than a couple bucks. It's for a priceless experience of life. And for me, when I look at this life I'm living, I got one crack at it to do it my way. One crack at it to do it a way that lights me up, that has me wake up every day in my life going, man, I love this thing I'm experiencing. Like, I love my life. I love what I get to go do. I took a risk in getting this thing done. But the closest people to me are the ones, to be honest, that give me the love or support I wanted. My family. Like my wife, some of my cousins, the people around me, to look at it like this is just a weird thing that this guy's trying to do. It's not. That's not real. Like I'm very serious that the people around me, there wasn't a desire for me to fail. It was more so a desire for me not to feel bad, not to lose, not to feel the pain of failure. And when you look at that, it's a realization they're not trying to have you play small. They're trying to not have you have these big, sad feelings, failure feelings, embarrassing feelings. And what it has to be for you is this understanding of where they're at and where they're coming from. I know for me, at one point in time, I wanted to do this thing that I do now. And my wife was like, it's not a real job. I don't just, it's an idea, it's a pipe dream. There's no reliability or consistency or ability to make this thing real. And I go, no, I've seen people do it, but she hadn't seen people do it. She hadn't seen it lived out in a way, especially close to her. So to this day, I don't think she knows people besides me that do what I do. But the truth is, I had to realize that where she was coming from was not from a place of wanting me to do poorly, but for me, not to have to experience some failure that's catastrophic, or to lose out, or to get us behind the ball in the family. It was more so like the safe route, desiring me to be on a safe path, a safe route. And that is where everything, I think, comes to a head. The people closest to you, the family you have, they want you to run the safe route, to be the safest position, but nothing's safe. Nothing is as safe as people think it is. Nothing, because safe simply means that you think there's a guarantee of nothing going wrong. Like, that's never in existence. And in fact, here's the crazy part. Even in the world of what I pursue and what I choose to do, what you may be pursuing and trying to do that's going to be abnormal and unsafe, right? The fallback is always going to be the safe route. That thing still exists. I think there's just lack of comprehension that sometimes you get to go down this path and chase something cool, and if something goes wrong, you just fall back to what the previous plan was: get a job. Jobs aren't disappearing. So why would you not chase something and be risky about it when the thing that you want can easily be pursued, while the thing you don't want can be a fallback that's not going to disappear? There's going to be opportunities for new jobs at all given times, oftentimes a better job, to be honest, if it doesn't go right. So there's not actually the same risk you think. And the people that are loving you from a distance, you just need to let them know that I need you to love me differently. Love me in the sense of loving who I can become, loving what's possible for me, loving me enough to let me pursue this without being a Debbie Downer and tell me how stupid it is. But love me enough to let me see what this is, because here's what's cool about it. When you do that and you fall in love with something and you do phenomenal at it and you do succeed, which you will succeed if you pursue it, you actually get to be a better person than they could have ever imagined you to be. And ultimately, that's what they want for you too. So go build that.
If this episode stirred something in you, good. That means there's work to be done. Don't ignore it, because listening is just the beginning. Because real change happens when you engage and you commit. So I invite you to join the Dark Work community inside the Dark Work app, which is where you communicate with amazing people on the same journey as you. You can find them on the App Store and the Google Play Store right now. Step into the conversations that sharpen your habits, strengthen your identity, and keep you locked in to the Dark Work.